Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'll be doing another Bleach review. Today's chapter is Bleach 671, The Perfect Crimson 2. Funny thing about today, I originally thought it was actually Wednesday, so I looked at the calendar and I was like, wait a minute, but I just called my job today. Why would it be? I mean, what was my job? I called them in today, and I was like, wait a minute, but what? Why would I call today? They just told me they were being on Thursday. And I was like, oh, wait a minute, today is Thursday. And that's when I remember, okay, the kids, that means the kids go on spring break tomorrow, literally. Because, Northeast spring break starts tomorrow. It doesn't actually start. If you're in Florida and you're watching this, it actually start at the same time as you do, most likely. Probably starts in a completely different time period. And if you're in Florida, probably about to finish school, as opposed to being here where you're nowhere near finishing school yet. You gotta wait till June 28th around there to finish school. So, yeah. Anyways, let's get started. Bleach chapter 671, The Perfect Crimson 2. So last week, remember that The Perfect Crimson was actually referring to Hitsugaya and his last form about the last rose ice petal. When it actually melts, he becomes in a mature state. And he's able to fight. That's actually like a transformation state. Now, my question is he going to stay like that permanently? Or is he gonna like revert back to his size, just like Jugo does in Naruto? When I was watching Naruto before it ended, just like he does when he goes to a 10-year-old state and he returns back to like an adult state. So is it the opposite where where he's an adult state and then he returns back to like a more kind of like teenage or not slash kid state? Now that's the question that is here to answer. I'm thinking he might stay that way because he says the secret about the last petal is that after it deteriorates, actually get older. So I guess that's why he meant like I did. I guess that's why he never actually let the last petal break down because of that. So let's begin from the top of page 1. When the last petal of the ice flowers finally falls, that is when the Daiguren Horimaru will be complete. My power, as it is, still not mature enough to use Hyorimaru to its fullest potential. So basically, what that means is that Hyorimaru is a very strong sword. Most people actually underestimated its power, but Hitsugaya knew from the beginning, yeah, it's not actually weak. It's a pretty strong sword because I have to be mature, not just that. The sword has to mature even further in order for you to be able to use its power. If you're not mature enough, it's gonna be very hard to control its power, and that's the case here. As he just mentioned, I'm not mature enough. I'm mostly like in my 20s in this form, but not mature enough to use the power yet. I don't know if that is the exact reason why, but when I use the completed form of Daigurin Hyorimaru, at last the child becomes an adult. See? Right there in the side of page 1. Basically, it doesn't say exactly that, but the child is an adult now. So basically that means he hasn't matured. So basically that's the petal. So the longer the petals last, that means that the longer you may have to wait to use the final form of the sword. The faster they actually deteriorate, that means that most likely that you're actually ready now for that form, which is why he was always so exhausted as a child in a child form to actually use that technique. We have a nice picture here, Ichigo. Ichigo's last form, see, is suspect, man. It's very cool, We have seen it before, but I think he has a new one too. I age a bit. So basically, he ages when he uses this technique. We've seen this a lot of in some mangas, not all. We've seen Tsunade, for example, in Naruto. She uses her full mitotic regeneration, 1,000 healing techniques. She ages as well. Sakura, on the other hand, she does not age because she's mastered it in a kind of sort of way. She's mastered it. But I'm sure that once she gets older, it will kind of have the same effect. Kind of similar to Yorimaru. The difference is he doesn't have any markings on his body. It's just the wardrobe that changes completely overall. So he ages a bit. The perfect crimson. So my question is, will he be able to unleash the perfect form of the sword? And could that be what this chapter is actually alluding to? Let's see as we actually read further. Now at the top of page 6. Pretty fast paced today, not that bad. Just between you and me, I'm not a fan of my adult self. Oh my god. What in the world? He looks like this ripped guy, just like, you like what you see? Just like modeling with a sword or something. He doesn't like his adult self. We're gonna find out why exactly. He's looking at me like, what the heck are you? He's like, but what are you? He's smiling, so, who the hell are you? Hitsugaya Tsushiro. Is this your Bankai? No, you've already released your Bankai, so then what is the purpose of this transformation? Either way, this is how it should have been. So, in reality, he probably was more excited to face Hitsugaya than he was Kenpachi at the end of the day. So basically, Let's see what's gonna happen in this part two of this battle, of course. I think we're pretty like beyond part two. We're like in part five already in this battle, so it's like no need to actually really number them. It's pretty much uncountable at this point. So let me see. Okay, the top of page 8, here we go. The man standing before me now is far better suited to be my opponent than than the child who stood in front of me before. I'll keep that in mind. So basically, he's also taunting the enemy as he fights, but we're about to get an explanation, most likely why he doesn't like his adult self. What is? Oh my god, is that like a blade he sends towards him? You know what? Okay, I'm starting to like his adult self better than his child self. It's like he took like a blade of ice and he turned it into like a. I told you not to fling huge shit like that around. Goddamn it! We can't have debris like that falling down on Soul Society. Fool, have you forgotten already? I warned you about huffing being. Once it's frozen, no matter the substance, all its functions will cause to activate. What is that? It's like a mirror. It sounds like a huge ice mirror. You catch on quick. Well then, you catch on quick. The function of your hope has become suspended. Well then, in that case, I like the way he's smiling as an adult self. He's like very nostalgic and more like confident in what he can do. So I want to know why is it he's not confident in his adult self and why does he like it? Because he looks much more confident. Like yeah, I'm about to succeed finally. I'm about to do something now. You know, I want to see why he's not a fan of his adult self. And we're about to get the explanation. Probably not in this chapter. Probably the next chapter. I shall simply have to resort to using something which cannot have its functions tampered with in any way, which means crushing you with a pure torrent of power. A Quincy's bow. It pains me to say this, but you arrived at the conclusion. I actually like his adult self, man. He's putting in the work, you know. He's like, you have arrived to the conclusion, man. There's nothing you can do. Your stupid bow is not gonna touch me. Just, just jazz hands, just let it go. Just hand it all away. I don't give a shit, basically. Literally, yes, I just cursed. Yes, everybody curses, so what, okay? Not every video you're gonna run into is gonna be kid friendly, generally speaking. Literally a second too late. Shikai Hyoketsu, which I wonder what that actually translates to. Freeze the 4 worlds. Oh wow, okay. Now my question is, did it work? Because usually when you like these stern riders, they have these crazy ways of actually escaping the effects of everything. It's ridiculous, and it seems more like an ass pull at this point. That they keep escaping every single attack. Something has to eventually, be it. Has to be it to put the, to nip it in the bud, basically. By unleashing Daiguren Horimaru in a matter of 4 seconds, I can freeze all matter before me, be it earth, wind, air, or fire. Interesting. Had you succeeded in realizing that Quincy Bow within 3 seconds, who knows, I might have been on the wrong end of your arrow. Is literal but sounds weird here, like he's dispelling it. Where areas, this is what it means. What the? So he was able to break out of it. So my question is, what the heck is this guy? He's just like breaking out of everything, and it's just too soon to assume that he's a god. I cannot be frozen, for I am a disciple of God. Ugh, my God, here we go again. I cannot be imprisoned by the likes of a mere element bound to this world. Bro, you sure about that? So be it, I will crush you with my own hands. I don't think that's gonna work out either. The whole crushing you with my own hands. I think somebody else is gonna get in the way of actually even doing anything. There you go, he falls. You've got to be. you have Kenpachi, you've got to be. Like, you've got to be kidding me, right? So like this entire time I thought that was your max power, and here you are, bluffing in front of me. Like, what's the matter with you? Zaraki, what have you done to my feet? Oh, okay, I see. Oh, this bastard has wings. Okay, so apparently everybody has wings now to go around and fly. Not surprising. You didn't really think you could touch me when I was in this form and not face some serious repercussions. Do not make me repeat myself. I cannot be frozen by the likes of some mere Shinigami. So he basically keeps repeating himself, you cannot touch me in this form. You cannot hit me. You touch me, you're dead. Which makes sense because he has like an ice armor around him. It's like he's like the husband of the Snow Queen in Snow White, pretty much with the ice wings and everything, you know. Hopefully, I didn't give any ideas there, but whatever. Um, Scape, Sebo Sakura Kageyoshi, ultimate technique. So he's gonna use his Sembo Sakura, like I just read from the between the panels. He's gonna use his ultimate Sembo Sakura technique, and that will enable him to not really do much at this point. That's a lot of swords. One bite, thousands blade flowers. So a wild savage dance of blades. So basically, at this point, the enemy has find himself not just frozen to a pulp. His leg pretty much has been tampered with by Kenpachi, and then you have Byakuya here who summoned his thousand blades of flowers, which is pretty damaging if you have not seen the technique. It's pretty damaging, you know. Just because it's a flower doesn't mean it cannot damage you. It will, trust me. So basically, at this point, there's not much for this enemy. I think that by after this chapter, he should be done. Hopefully, it is nipped in the bud by then, and then he doesn't come back to life. Because if he comes back to life, I'm just gonna yell ass pull in my next video after once I started, because it's ridiculous. This guy's been around for how much, and he keeps you know, talking nonsense like, oh, I'm a disciple of God. I can still live no matter what you do to me. It's like, actually, no. You can't negate the effects of the element no matter what you are, really. You know, we all bound by the elements one way or another. So thank you very much for watching this chapter. Bleach review reaction 671, the perfect crimson 2. So the next chapter will be 672, a wild savage dance of Blaze. Thank you very much and have a safe day. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to follow me up on Twitter, and of course don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day and stay safe.